study abroad. I think that's important because we want to prepare them for this global village that they're entering. We also offer them, the languages in Arab, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, because we want them to be exposed to that. We build collaborative partnerships, student exchange programs. We've had a 50-year partnership with Brown University for our students. We also have partnerships with Boston University, Georgia Tech for engineering, and New York University. But our students go abroad during the summer months to do research, to study at different institutions. We are, along with Howard University and Xavier, are building an exchange program with institutions in China. And Dr. Francis is chairing this alliance now, because it is important. One of the things I often tell the students there is that I want them to be comfortable in the global marketplace, but I also want them to be racist hosts when people come into their spaces so that they can see themselves. And this is how we build a better world. When we have our students that were attending our institutions exposed largely to others who are different. If we're going to break down the walls of separatism and we're going to create bridges of international understanding, we have to bring these young people together. They have to understand language, they have to understand culture. And that's where it began. So we say that the end results of education is to improve the world. That it starts in our classrooms today, because that's what we want to see for our students. That they will be empowered to go out and change the world, and they will be able to think in global terms and be able to make that kind of difference, to make peace with people rather than war. We are the creators of the future, so it starts by broadly educating our students.
Up until about, I'd say maybe 5 to 6 years ago, there weren't these opportunities, at least for Xavier students to go, because it was costly. I think we joined 1 or 2 schools that had studies in the country. But in the last 5 years, it's not as much as our wanting to go. The foreign countries are asking us for partnerships. I think, as I spoke at commencement, I listed, I think, 8 countries where we had young people in, from Australia to Brazil. In fact, we've got 10 Brazilians on campus now. Brazil has made it a specific intent to send students to vice versa. It really has grown tremendously, and it fits exactly what Beverly is saying. We've got to have students who understand the global side of things. And what's so great about it, when they come back, they enliven the campus, that's a small campus. It's really one of the major changes over the last 5 years for us, and it's great. I mean, the Mandarin, we were teaching basic Mandarin, and there's about 40 students, and they didn't have competition, but they say, we want another level. We want to raise it to another level. And I think we've got 25 now, and we're partnering with one of the largest universities in China. But it has grown, and it does, for recruiting purposes, that's extremely important in addition to their own, because they're excited about going to a foreign country. There's some countries I'm not sure I want to go, but they're going, and they're coming back, and they're happy. Your point is, that's what we've got to do more of. One thing, we have the collaboration with New York University, and that has been a great collaboration, really. And it started, they've always had it in schools, but I guess HBCUs maybe for the last 15 years, maybe. They're not about 30. So I have this in my notes. One of the things for us, we have got to do more partnerships and to do it for a variety of reasons. And again, faculty members from schools that are teaching courses. Of course, the online is going to help us greatly. Where we couldn't afford to pay a faculty member in a specialty, they could do it using the technology that's out there, which is tremendous. Again, it comes to Beverly's earlier question. Beverly's always got to talk about money. She talked about she had big money to build a building, to do this and that, and so forth. So, remember that? No, it's the cost of doing business, and you've got to invest it, and you've got to get the return, because in the end result, it goes back to the student. And we always have to remind ourselves that that's why we're in business. We wouldn't be there if they weren't there.
Well, I'm afraid we've run out of time, but I want to thank our three presidents.
No problem.